In our latter segment, we will visit yet another Corvette show. It took place at the picturesque Christopher Columbus Waterfront Park in Brookline, Mass. The official Northeast celebration of Corvette's 40th birthday. Over 100 Corvettes made the pilgrimage ride, thus marking over 4 decades of spirit and imagination, given from enthusiasts everywhere. Adding to the birthday celebration were guest appearances made by Chief Engineers Zora-Arkus Duntov, Dave McLellan, and David C. Hill.
Can you tell us what your favorite car is?
Mine.
Your father's?
Yeah.
Okay.
How you doing?
Good. You're going to carry on the tradition. But you have the signature for the my car.
That's a beauty. More time to come to events like this.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I think an awful lot of this has
Give me one.
Got a 61, 63, 57.
What's your name?
Use a vertical leathering style just like that. How's that? Come on over here.
Two people just got two different things signed by Dave Hill. What's your name?
Tyler Tardo.
How, who could you have signed?
David McLellan.
And what do you think that's going to do to the value of your event?
Increase it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good luck. And how about your dad here? What did he have signed?
Well, he signed the original owner's manual to our 66 big block Corvette, and a little later we hope to get Zora's autograph as well.
All right, and where about you from?
We're from Granby, Connecticut.
All right, have fun. Thanks
you.
a lot.
People here. And first of all, I want to thank Chevrolet, who helped put these events together over the weekend. Without Chevrolet, of course, we would not have Corvette. I think it's a truly landmark vehicle, being America's first sports car. Mark Letty is a person that we work very closely with from Chevrolet. Mark, do you want to raise your hand and say hello to the crowd here? And I'd like to introduce Ralph Kramer, who's head of marketing public relations at Chevrolet. Ralph, do you want to come up and do the honors of introducing our special guest here today?
My goodness, thank you very much, Sherry, and thank you all for joining us down here on this fantastic Saturday morning. It's very rare indeed that the only chief engineers ever in the 40-year history of this fantastic automobile are together at one time in one place, and you happen to be there with them right now. How about that? Zora Duntov, David McLellan, and the newest chief engineer for the Corvette, David Hill. I thought maybe you'd like to hear from each of those gentlemen, so we're gonna break them away one at a time from this little autograph session going on over here. And with David Hill first, let me just have him come up right now. David Hill is the new chief engineer for the Corvette. One of course, only 3 in the history of the car. Came to Chevrolet from Cadillac very recently, sometime over the last holiday period, and is taking now the current car and would be responsible now for the next generation Corvette. So, David Hill, would you come up and say a word or two to this lovely crowd? David?
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here in Boston, especially a place in Boston that has a breeze this afternoon. I haven't been to a lot of Corvette outings. In fact, this is one of the first, but it's really a privilege and an honor to represent this Corvette vehicle and take this team into its 5th decade. We're doing some really exciting things in Corvette engineering, and we will be keeping the cars exciting and something that you'll all be proud to continue the heritage of. So once again, a pleasure to be here. I look forward to meeting many of you. Thanks for coming out.
All right. Okay, thank you, David Hill. Now let me just introduce, of course, the person that most of the cars, in fact, that we see parked around here are the result of the work of the person I'm about to introduce. Took the chief engineer's job for the Corvette in, I think, 1975. Okay, 1975. After Zora Duntov retired, and of course developed the car through the late 70s. Is the person that brought you the 1984 car and has done the things that have kept that car now through the interim here up until where we are today in 1993. Retired last fall and is now running around the country saying hello to Corvette folks. So just have a big giant Corvette welcome for David McLellan. David?
Ralph tells me I'm going down in history, and I guess that's okay. I'm really excited to be here with you all, and hopefully over the day you can bulldoze your way in to meet Zora, myself, and Dave Hill. We want to meet you. That's why we're here. It's hard to meet you all at once, but we'll do our best, and I know that you'll do your best. So again, I'm just excited to be here. I know that you love the cars and enjoy what you're doing, and we'll see one another all day long.
Thank you, David. You know when you're 84 years old, as Zora Duntov will be on Christmas Day next year, or this year, and when you have spent your entire career, your entire life, and Zora can, if you can get him to talk about his days in Europe when he was, a mere tad of a lad, when he was hardly old enough to find out where the steering wheel was on automobiles in pre-war Europe, still involved in the mechanics of automobiles. Moving on up through the time that he actually sent the letter to the president of General Motors saying, I saw that Corvette at the 1953 Motorama in New York, and Mr. Ed Cole, I must work on that car. And how in a couple of years, okay, Zora Duntov found himself as not the chief engineer. I don't know when he got that title, but he became the person that was responsible for putting the V8 engine in the Corvette in 1955 and 56 and so forth. People talk about Zora Duntov as the father of the Corvette. You've heard all that, right? The father of the Corvette. Zora would tell you that's not true. But Zora certainly is the godfather of the car, because that car would not be here today with all of the fantastic performance legends that it's accumulated if it weren't for what Zora did. Certainly the patron saint of high performance in this country, irrespective of the car, of the nameplate or the car company. A wonderful person, a person who here he is now in his 80s, getting a chance to revisit some of the cars that he was responsible for and talk with the people that have made that car great. And it's wonderful to have him here with the other two chief engineers for this car. Ladies and gentlemen, may I just introduce now Mr. Zora-Arkus Duntov. Zora?
Well, after Mr. Kramer introduction, I cannot say very much. I feel I'm among the friends, and that was count. Thank you.
Thank you, Zora.
They cannot buy comparable performance anywhere. And styling, engineering, well, it represent engineering can be better. And that was the point I argue about with David Hill. I think first have to change. And second, I have different idea, but Dave Hill, current chief engineer of Corvette, and I prevail upon him to do what I said.